Today our topic is what the Stoics taught about time management. The Stoics were ancient philosophers who believed in living a life of wisdom, courage, and self-control. They taught that time is one of the most valuable resources we have, and how we use it determines the quality of our lives. Unlike money or material possessions, time is something we can never get back once it's gone. The Stoics understood this deeply, and their teachings on time management are still relevant today. Let's explore what they said and how we can apply their wisdom to our modern lives. The Stoics believe that time is the only thing that truly belongs to us. Everything else, our possessions, our jobs, even our relationships, can be taken away. But time is ours to use, and we have the power to decide how to spend it. The Roman Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote a lot about time in his essay on the shortness of life. He said that many people waste their time on things that don't matter, like chasing wealth, fame, or pleasure. They think they have plenty of time, but life is short and it can end at any moment. Seneca warned that we often put off what's important, telling ourselves, "I'll do it tomorrow," but tomorrow is not guaranteed. He believed that the key to a good life is to use our time wisely and focus on what truly matters. So, what does it mean to use time wisely according to the Stoics? First, it means understanding what is within our control and what is not. The Stoics taught that we can't control everything in life, but we can control how we respond to it. Time is the same way. We can't control how much time we have, but we can control how we use it. This means being intentional about our choices and focusing on things that align with our values and goals. For example, if you value learning and personal growth, you should spend time reading, studying, or practicing new skills. If you value relationships, you should spend time with the people you care about. The Stoics believed that by focusing on what we can control, we can make the most of our time and live a meaningful life. Another important Stoic idea is to live in the present moment. The Stoics believe that the past is gone and the future is uncertain. So the only time we truly have is now. This doesn't mean we should ignore the past or stop planning for the future, but it does mean we should not dwell on things we can't change or worry about things that may never happen. Instead, we should focus on what we can do today to make our lives better. For example, if you have a goal to get in shape, don't waste time regretting that you didn't start earlier or worrying about whether you'll succeed. Just start today, even if it's with a small step like going for a walk or eating a healthy meal. The Stoics believe that every moment is an opportunity to act with purpose and make progress toward our goals. The Stoics also taught that we should be mindful of how we spend our time with others. They believe that the people we surround ourselves with have a big impact on our lives, so we should choose carefully who we spend time with. This doesn't mean we should only spend time with people who agree with us or make us feel good. Instead, it means we should seek out relationships that inspire us, challenge us, and help us grow. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "You become what you give your attention to." If you spend time with people who are negative or lazy, you may start to adopt those habits. But if you spend time with people who are kind, hardworking, and wise, you'll be more likely to develop those qualities in yourself. One of the most practical Stoic teachings about time management is to prioritize what's important. The Stoics believe that many of the things we spend time on, like social media, TV, or gossip, are distractions that don't add real value to our life. They encouraged us to ask ourselves, is this activity helping me become a better person? Is it contributing to my long-term goals? Or am I just wasting time? By asking these questions, we can become more aware of how we spend our time and make better choices. For example, instead of scrolling through your phone for hours, you could spend that time reading a book, exercising, or talking to a friend. The Stoics believe that small changes like this can have a big impact over time. The Stoics also taught that we should set boundaries to protect our time. In today's world, it's easy to get overwhelmed by responsibilities and distractions. We often feel like we have to say yes to everything, but this can leave us with no time for ourselves or the things that matter most. The Stoics believe that it's okay to say no to things that don't align with our values or goals. For example, if someone asks you to do something that will take up a lot of your time but doesn't really matter to you, it's okay to decline. By setting boundaries, we can create more space in our lives for the things that truly matter. Another important Stoic idea is to reflect on how we use our time. The Stoics believe that self-reflection is a powerful tool for personal growth. They encouraged people to take time each day to think about how they spent their time and whether they lived in accordance with their values. For example, at the end of the day, you could ask yourself, did I use my time wisely today? Did I focus on what's important? Did I act with kindness and integrity? By reflecting on these questions, you can learn from your mistakes and make better choices in the future. The Stoics believed that this kind of self-awareness is essential for living a good life. The Stoics also taught that we should accept the limits of time. They believed that life is short and that we should not take it for granted. This doesn't mean we should live in fear of death, but it does mean we should make the most of the time we have. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who was also a Roman emperor, wrote in his journal, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This is a reminder that life is fragile and that we should not waste it on trivial things. Instead, we should focus on what's meaningful and live with purpose. Finally, the Stoics believe that time management is not just about productivity or efficiency. It's about living a life of virtue and wisdom. They taught that the ultimate goal of life is to become a better persona, develop qualities like courage, honesty, and compassion. This means that how we spend our time should reflect our commitment to these values. For example, if you want to be courageous, you should spend time facing your fears and stepping out of your comfort zone. If you want to be compassionate, you should spend time helping others and being kind. The Stoics believe that by aligning our time with our values, we can live a life of purpose and fulfillment. In conclusion, the Stoics taught that time is our most valuable resource and that how we use it determines the quality of our lives. They encouraged us to be intentional about our choices, live in the present moment, prioritize what's important, set boundaries, reflect on our actions, and accept the limits of time. By following these teachings, we can make the most of our time and live a life of meaning and purpose. The Stoics remind us that life is short, but if we use our time wisely, we can make it rich and fulfilling. So take a moment to think about how you're spending your time. Are you focusing on what truly matters? Are you living in alignment with your values? If not, what changes can you make today to start using your time more wisely? Remember, the time you have is a gift, don't waste it.